Good morning, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the crochet along and knit along, and basically we're going to do a top, and we are going to actually work it from the bottom up. Now, you can certainly do both. I am going to do both. I am going to do a cotton acrylic blend. I have quite a bit of the comfy cotton, so that's what I'm going to use for my tops for knitting and crocheting, and I'm going to be doing both at the same time. So, although knitting's going to take a little longer, because the top I'm sure I can get done in a week easily. But it's basically just going to be a front and a back that we're going to learn to seam together. And we're going to learn some basics on how to design those things for your own measurements. And I'm just going to call it a workshop. Knit along workshop, crochet along workshop. Because we're going to learn as we go. That's always fun, isn't it? I might learn some new things too. There are a lot of resources available to us that we don't normally use. One of my favorite is Jay's Pearl and Jam. She does a lot of things that are simply by designing her own. And I've followed her for many years. I have enjoyed learning a lot from her. Do I know it all? No. But I know enough to where I can make my own tops, my own sweaters, and design them, just because of the tips that Jay has given me along the years. And yeah, I think it might be fun. Keep our minds off of things that are going on. And while we're hunkered down, we got plenty of time to crochet and knit, right? Okay. The first thing we need to do is we need to get measurements. So I'm going to provide a link down to Google Documents where you can download the measurements. It's just two-sided, and these are just some simple body measurements. And while you're at it, you might want to actually get a notebook, either a spiral or one of these or one of those prong folders. You know, I'm the type of person that when the school supplies start coming out, I grab those prong folders. You know, they have pockets in the prongs so you can put things in. I gather as much as those as I can because lots of times they're like 25 cents. You know, so I'll probably pick up about 8 of those. If there are notebooks that are cheaper that are on sale, then I do that. This one I happened to get at Ollie's. It's just a 1-inch binder. And I think it was $1.99, which isn't too bad. And I liked it because it was pretty. Check it out. It's pretty and it's got little pockets. So that's what I'm going to put mine in. I do have a couple of spirals over there where I have notes that I've been taking for a long time about designing. And I guess now it's time to put it into practice and, you know, really play with those. What is going on with this hair? Morning hair. Anyway, so we'll start with the measurements. You want to measure your body or have someone help you with those measurements. But I'm also going to note here, I'm a big girl. So some of the most important measurements are going to be my bust and also my stomach area. And not everyone is going to need that. Some of you are nice, cute little girls. And you got these nice little figures. So you'll be all set pretty much once you get your bust measurement. But you might want to have it if your hips are larger. your abdomen is larger, and then you can decide what kind of ease you're going to add to your item. And ease is simply whether you like it to be tight, form-fitting, which would be a negative ease, or if you want it to just be fitting, which would be, like a zero ease. Or if you like plus. I like things a little looser around my hips and my stomach. So I always add a positive ease. And, I wouldn't go past 6 inches positive ease. That's pretty much a pretty big ease. That's a half a foot. So, generally 3-4 inches is good. Sometimes I do want it to be 6. Like if I'm making a sweater and I want it to be extra comfy, I'll probably do a 6 so I can just snuggle down into it. But those are going to be some of those most important measurements. You do want to remember to measure your arm length, because if you want to go down to your sleeves, like this one is a fairly long sleeve, fitted sleeve here, and I didn't make this. I purchased this because I got it at Walmart for $1. So you want to keep in mind what kind of sleeve are you looking at. Do you want long sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, or just a shorter sleeve, or no sleeve? So let's have some fun. Let's learn from each other. And by all means, keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I just play one on YouTube. Okay? So I am going to provide the Google document link down below so that you can download the measurements and get started on your measurements. Pick your yarns or your whatever you're going to make, use it to make. You can use acrylics. You don't have to use cotton or a cotton blend. You can use whatever you want. Just keep in mind that when you get your needle size set aside, that it should be appropriate for whatever yarn you're using, and your hook. If you're using a lace weight yarn, you certainly don't want to use an eye hook. You'd probably use a bee, But I think comfy cotton is listed as a 3, so I'll probably use an H or an eye hook with that. And there will be swatches. Yes, we are going to have to make a swatch. And why? Because if you're going to make it to your measurements, you need to know how many stitches per inch you have. It's okay. We will all get through this. I hate swatching too, but for this certain pattern, I do a swatch with the different yarns that I'm going to use. It's that simple. And generally I use either a size 6 knitting needle to a size 8 knitting needle. I'll probably use a size 8 knitting needle. That's a US 8. I think is it 5.5 millimeters? Not positive. It's either 5 or 5.5 millimeters. And because I'm a bigger girl, I am going to use circular needles. Some of you that are smaller, if you're knitting this, you could certainly probably do it on straight needles. But I'm one of those, I like to use circular for just about everything that I make. So, yeah, I'll be doing circular needles. And I would imagine, since we're doing top and back, at least 29, 32-inch needles. If we were doing it in the round, you would probably need much larger needles, but I think most of us have some 29, 32-inch circular needles. I would imagine. I hope you do. I don't know if that's essentials. Might take longer to get from Amazon. But that's what I'm planning. I'm looking at starting it probably Sunday or Monday during the day. and I am just going to knit crochet with you. I don't know that I'll be doing any overheads other than to show you swatches and counting how to count with a swatch, because a lot of this is going to be pretty self-evident. I may show you some drawings that I make, um, because it's never a bad idea to draw out what your plan is. And it's not that hard, guys. And I'm not an artist. If I can draw it, you can draw it. There's just plain simple panels, so that's what we're going to do. And maybe later on in the year we'll work on a cardigan. Who knows? But this workshop will get you through a lot of things that you can make for yourself, and let's have fun with it, like I said. So I will see you again later on in the week. Everybody have a great day, and stay home, okay? But don't be afraid to go out and get some sunshine. While we're at it, take a few deep breaths of that nice fresh air. You know, a lot of us have backyards we can go out into. So, see you soon. Bye.